He's heating up.
Can somebody provide a legitimate explanation as to why? I don't care what network you're from. I don't care what fan base you're a part of. Why you would watch this man witness his team lose a playoff game and laugh. Nobody told a joke. Nobody said anything funny. He laughed. He laughed. Jalen Brunson celebrating. Barrett celebrating. Randall celebrating. And he laughed. Did we not learn our lesson? Let's talk about his history of Jimmy Butler. Goes at it with TJ Warren. Basically tells TJ Warren, I'll remember that. I got you. 4-0 playoffs. TJ Warren had a 50-point game in the bubble. Had a hard time going against Jimmy Butler when it was time to put up a shutout. Got them out of there. Milwaukee in the bubble, got them out of there. Boston in the bubble, got them out of there. You come out of the bubble, okay. Last year in the playoffs, Philly. He looks Embiid in his face and said, y'all not going to win another game. Y'all not going to win another game. The series is tied 2-2. Jimmy Butler was currently losing in that game. He looked Embiid in his face and said, y'all not going to win another game. Got them up out of there. Boston took them to 7, went on the roll, 46. Another 40 piece in game 7. Like, does history not continue to support the fact that Jimmy Butler is that guy? Now, nobody really brings this up. Nobody really mentions it because they're so enamored by, the Devin Bookers, respectfully, Kevin Durant and LeBron and AD and Steph and Clay, all these other guys. Jimmy Butler is putting on Hall of Fame clinics, Hall of Fame situations where this is a moment where this guy does this and he becomes an all-time great. Jimmy Butler drops 56 on the Bucks. Number 1 defensive team in the league. Defensive Player of the Year runner-up. Defensive Player of the Year winner. And the overall voted best defensive player in the league. Put 56 on their head. All right. It's not going to happen again. Let me put 40 on your head. In a closeout game. At your home arena. Send you home. Why is this continuously a thing where everybody has to sit back and say, you know what? Maybe this guy is who he said he is. Maybe Minnesota was wrong. Maybe Philly was wrong. Maybe Chicago was wrong. Maybe he is just that good. Shout out to Triple H. Maybe he is that guy. Now, New York. Everybody says, you know what? RJ Barrett's going to give him trouble. Josh Hart's going to give him trouble. They have a lot of big, strong guys that can give Jimmy Butler problems. Where? I ain't seen it yet. The only problems that the Knicks are giving Jimmy Butler is a headache. They just won't go away. Granted, Knicks, close game for the most part, 8-point game. But Miami was in control the whole game. Brunson, 32-11, 20-9 from Randall, 24 from Barrett. They played pretty well. But they didn't outplay a Jimmy Butler-led team. This is the difference, okay, between having a leader on your team and just having a star player. The Knicks had star players. Miami got a star player that is a leader, okay? We've seen it from the very beginning of this playoffs. Jimmy got everybody in line right away in Milwaukee. They came out the gate on fire, made a few mistakes, costly turnovers that could have turned the tide, turned the momentum in Milwaukee's favor. Jimmy nipped it in the bud right away. That set the tone for every single game. He was not going to tolerate certain things that they tolerated in the regular season. It shows up every single game. They play with that same level of focus every single night. Jimmy Butler had 27 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Bam, 23 and 13. You get 13 from 16 from Strus, you get 15 from Lowry, and you get 10 from Martin, okay? Nobody put it up any crazy numbers. Nobody put up anything. Jimmy didn't go off for 40. but they maintained control of the game simply because their leader was leading them. Okay, it sounds like something that's completely simple. It's not going to be as fancy as what ESPN is going to tell you. It's not going to be as fancy as what Fox Sports is. Not going to tickle your ears. He just simply was a leader. If you watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Didn't hit shots. He was going to get a rebound. He was going to block a shot. He was going to get a stop. He was going to make the right rotations. The same cannot be said for the Knicks, because guess what? Julius Randle, 6 fouls out of the game, majority of which were offensive fouls. Out of control, driving, attacking, taking shots that he shouldn't have been taking, making bad turnovers, making bad plays, being selfish, wanted to win his matchup versus win the game. That's how the Knicks lost. If you watch the game, you know exactly how they lost. Miami just simply wanted it more. Now, granted, foul calls, some are going to go very differently in the next game. Going back to New York, Knicks are going to get a lot more calls than they got this game. That's a part of the playoffs. But giving up the amount of offensive rebounds that the Knicks gave up, especially in the fourth quarter, Miami missed, I think, on one possession, 4 3-pointers. They got offensive rebounds for all of them. Mitchell Robinson got the rebound, or Julius Randle got the rebound, and the ball went out of bounds. Another possession for Miami. Just the lack of focus and unawareness of the leadership of this team is simply been the difference in this series. It's been the difference every single game. Game 1. All right, they make excuse, Jalen Brunson hurt his ankle. Okay, Jimmy Butler hurt his ankle too, missed the next game. They made sure he did not play game 2 because he was going to be ready. He made sure he was ready. They made sure he didn't play game 2 because they seen this coming. What a chess move. What a chess move to say, you know what, we don't need this game. We're going to get the next 2 at home, come back winning on the road. I have seen no evidence as to why they couldn't do so and why Jimmy Butler's not going to come through against New York in game 5. I give New York a lot of credit. They're a tough team, tough-minded team. The way they dispatched the Cleveland Cavaliers surprised me, but the way the Miami Heat is playing basketball right now is of no surprise. I'm a Heat fan, Heat Nation all day, Heat lifer, but this is a completely unbiased opinion. The Miami Heat are simply outworking and out-toughing the Knicks, and that doesn't bode well for a team that's struggling shooting right now. At a high percentage, they're not shooting great from the field right now. They had a good night, shot 47% from the field. I stand corrected. But for the most part, for the most of the series, they haven't shot great. Even last game, they won by 19 points, 21 points, something like that, and they shot horrible. They barely shot over 40%. The math ain't mathing. How are you absolutely dominant and you're undersized? A lot of cases undermanned. It just comes down to your leader is leading the charge. If Julius Randle does not wake up at some point throughout the course of his career and understand that every single time he is relied upon to be a leader, take over games, not just by putting the ball in a hole, he is going to lose out on money. He's going to lose out on his role as the best player on this team, because quite frankly, the eye test says this is Jalen Brunson's team. And it's been that way for all the 82 games of the season. And it's been that way all 90 games in this playoffs. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. That's one more for the good guys. That's one more for Heat Nation. 3-1 lead. Let's close this thing out in game 5.
He's heating up.